What's going on, you guys? Slim here with a new video, and today, you guys, I'm going to show you guys what I played at the NR Festival here on Master Duel. This event was actually crazy, and in all the best ways. I honestly, you guys know I'm a huge advocate of Master Duel. I know there's a lot of hate from a lot of different people depending on, what type of player you are, but let me tell you, when you want to break from getting scythe locked out the ass by like the main format, you can literally play Master Duel, and it's a nice escape. It's a good balance, and it really kind of tests, your knowledge as a duelist, especially something like this. The NR Festival is exactly what it says. So for the whole festival, you had to use only normals and rares, which honestly wasn't that bad. There was actually a decent pool that you were able to pick from, and I was able to try multiple decks, and the deck I ended up on is actually a deck that Joshua Schmidt showed off on his Twitter. I want to give him a huge shout out. I'll also link his Twitch down below. I watched him play it live on his Twitch. I also asked him a couple questions about it, and he was nice enough to answer me, give me answers to those questions. I thought the deck was really unique. It's crazy, honestly, like what you could play. I played multiple decks throughout here. I played the gadget deck. I tried True Draco. I tried the Time Lord deck. I tried all these things, but for the majority of the festival, to max everything out, you guys can see I have over 20,000 medals. It kind of sucks after like 10,000. The rest is just kind of irrelevant, but I did it just to do it and just to get more gems through the dailies. But I show you guys what I played. If you guys want to see me play Master Duel and other things live, definitely check me out on Twitch. Links in the description. If you want to support the channel, TCG player link, as well as Patreon. But let's get into it to you guys. I will show you the deck that I played. And the deck I played, I actually named it Hand Traps. Like literally Hand Traps. And you guys can clearly see why. Again, shout out to Joshua Schmidt. I took the whole list exactly from him. I thought the concept behind it was really, really cool. And I didn't see a lot of decks like this actually in the NR Festival. I never played a single mirror match, unlike the XYZ Festival where I was a bum. I played Numeron. I know you guys weren't really a big fan of that. Completely understand. You want me to play something more, interactive with my opponent. And let me tell you, this type of deck is exactly that. You just interact with your opponent. There is so much going on here because of all the trap cards you play. It literally just plays few monsters and all traps. It's like Paleos, but obviously there's no Toad. You can't play that card in the NR Festival, but it was awesome, and we'll get into the specifications behind the cards, because there's some cards on here that I didn't recognize, but thanks to Joshua Smith getting back to me, I was able to build the deck exactly how he built it. So of course there's 3 card deep. For those of you who don't know, I used to play this card in like every deck back in the day, like 10 plus years ago when this card came out. Literally during your main phase 1, if it was normal summon, you tribute it to draw 2. It's crazy. You can't special summon during the turn. It doesn't matter. You literally normal summon card D, set your back row, activate card D, draw 2 cards, pass to your opponent. You're already up in card advantage. This card was crazy. It is also a level 2, which if you guys see with the extra deck, level 2 is quite relevant in this deck because we focus on the rank 2s. So in a weird situation, if this card would get stopped, which honestly it never did, I never got it chaliced or anything like that, this card resolved every single time. We were always drawing 2. Card was great. And then for the other 2 monsters, we played Fire Hand and Ice Hand. Now for those of you that played had the Hat deck back in 2014 will know these cards. Basically these are just floaters that pop cards and then float into each other. So it says when this card in your possession is destroyed by your opponent's card and sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 monster they control, destroy that target, then you can special summon 1 Ice Hand from the deck, and vice versa. If this card in your possession is destroyed by your opponent's card and sent to the graveyard, you target a spell or trap they control, destroy it, and then special summon Fire Hand from the deck. So this will pop a monster, summon Ice Hand. This will pop a spell or trap, summon Fire Hand, vice versa, and they're both level 4s for your rank 4 plays. These cards are insane. Being able to, if you don't open card D, but just set a Fire Hand, which I usually like to do. I like to set Fire Hand or set Ice Hand and literally set your back row past your opponent. A lot of times they'll attack into it. You'll start to pop their cards. You'll start to get advantage, and that was really, really big for this. I'm telling you, a lot of these games went probably like 14 to 20. I think almost some games even went to like 30 turns. Like it felt like old school Yu-Gi-Oh at its finest, just out grinding the opponent, out resourcing the opponent. And the real name of this deck is to out resource your opponent. You really just get a lot of advantage off the hands. You get a lot of advantage off card D, and then all your trap cards basically trade with your opponent's cards, and it's pretty crazy. But that is it for the monsters. As you guys can see, we didn't play anything else. I thought it was a really unique deck. It took me a while to get the hang of it. I probably lost the first 2 games I was playing with it just because I was so so new to it, but once I realized, you know, what its real strategy was and just incorporating all the trap cards, it was super beneficial. So for the trap cards, 3 bottomless trap hole. This card is just great. Get rid of the problem, destroy, banish the monster, 1500 or more. It's just great. 3 compulse. Compulse is just amazing. Hit the extra deck cards, hit anything that gets in your way, go for game with this card, just spinning back an opponent's monster. You could also spin back cards like if they were to get hit. In the rare instance that Karkar-D would get hit into like a later turn, and I had more trap cards to back it up, I could bounce the Karkar-D and try again. Didn't come up, but Compulse is just great nonetheless. The Paleos were really the all-stars, though. The fact that they just were so versatile. You have 3 copies of Olenoides, that's your MST, so just being able to pop back row. They're not once per turn, so it's like having multiple MSTs without having to play MST. You just play the trap card game with this. You have 3 Canadia, which is your Book of Moon. This card is obviously great, cutting off a lot of plays, especially against the Gadget deck, which I probably played the most. I think I honestly played against the Gadget deck the most, the Hard Earth, Dragoobly deck, and literally just being able to cut them off from turning Anchor Drill and their Gadget or whatever into the level 8s was just fantastic. They all float as well when you activate another trap card, so that's great. The opponent plays trap cards too. I found it unique that he only played 1 Dino-Mishkis, but then I realized you don't really want to be discarding cards in this deck. None of the monsters, main monsters, really get any value from being in the graveyard. Yeah, your traps could get value, but honestly, 1 Dino-Mishkis was enough. Being able to play the other trap cards was just more versatile. 3 Morella. Basically, all you do is Morella for Morella, and then you have 2 traps, 2 Paleos in the grave ready to load up if you know, just activate a trap card. 3 Lost Wind. This is probably the best trap card in the whole NR festival for everyone. Just literally just shuts off your opponent's special summon monster, and it also floats back when they summon again from the extra deck. So yeah, this card was just great. This in tandem with all the Paleos was just insane. It really played like playing Paleo back in like 2017. It was like crazy, so that's why I really like this deck. Now these next 2 cards, again, shout out to you, Joshua, if you ever see this video, are the reason why I was really taken to the deck. I did not know what these 2 cards were. They're actually Phantom Knight cards. I can't even make out their full name on here, but let's see. We got the Phantom Knights of Los Vambrace. Okay, so this is the first one. So it says target 1 face-up monster you're on the field. If the target is still face-up on the field, the Phantom Knight monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, that target loses 600. Also, it becomes level 2. These effects last until the end of the turn. Then special summon this card in defense position as a normal monster, and you can see the stats there. It's a level 2. So the whole point is you could target a monster, your opponent's monster, literally negate. They can't destroy your Phantom Knight, and then you literally summon this in defense mode, and it becomes a level 2, and it just sets up for your rank 2 plays. We also play the Phantom Knight Link 2 here, or level 2 XYZ that you see. So this card was super versatile, just being able to do that. Being able to lower the opponent's monster by 600 in damage step was crazy. And then the other card was the Phantom Knights of Magnet Ring. Okay, so again, these were the 2 cards I didn't know, but it says when your opponent's monster declares an attack, negate that attack, then special summon this card in face-up attack position as an effect monster. It's also a level 2 with the following effect, and it's not treated as a trap. A quick effect, you can send this card on 1 face-up card you control to the graveyard, either a Phantom Knight's monster or a Phantom Knight's continuous spell or trap, draw 2 cards. So basically, you could use this in tandem with this if it's still face-up, and then literally draw 2 cards along with the Fog Blades as well. So there was a lot of versatility there. The fact that these just spit out level 2s to combo with the Paleos to make for your rank 2s really fast was amazing. So these cards really were like the all-stars of the deck and super unique. Triple Jelly Cannon. If you guys didn't know, this is literally like another Compulse. When opponent's monster declares an attack, target 1 monster on the field, shuffle it in the deck. You literally just Compulse it back. This was great. Not once per turn. So this is a Compulse. You're playing like 6 Compulses. So it was absolutely ridiculous. And last but not least, 3 copies of Fog Blade. At first, I wanted to play Fiendish Chain until I realized what these 2 cards were, and then saw, okay, yeah, there's versatility there. I can lock my opponent's monsters out. Then I can use this to draw 2 cards, and you just get so much advantage. And again, the resource game is crazy. You can also banish this and summon back this card, which randomly will come up for OTKs. So yeah, so it was very, very solid. And that is the main deck. It was 40 cards. Extra deck is basically like all Link 2s. I'll be honest, I'm only going to talk about the ones I did summon. I didn't summon this. I didn't summon this. I did summon Cat Shark. Cat Shark's pretty cool when you need to bide some time. Well, it has an XYZ material that was originally water, which all your Paleos are. It can't be destroyed by battle. It has another cool effect of like the buff effect, but it never came up. I made Crumble Logos, I think once or twice. It's, you know, again, 2 level 2s. Detach a material from this card, target another face-up card on the field. While it's face-up on the field, its effects are negated. Yeah, it's just stuff like that, and they can't activate stuff. But the one I was making the most was the Phantom Knights. What was it? The Phantom Knights XYZ, the Phantom Knights of Curse, Javelin, and yeah, this card was just great. As long as you had a Phantom Knight underneath it, which these cards help you do, you're able to have like a quick effect negate on your opponent, which is cool. Target a face-up monster, negate it, and also changes attack to 0, so it's a quick effect if it has a Phantom Knight card as material. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I did like it, and then I said a couple times I did revive it with Dog Blade, so it was pretty cool. Never made this, but again, you just have all these options because they are low, what is it, rank 2s. And then I just played a couple rank 4s. I did make Gemini Pearl as a beater once. Very random. It did come up. The hands just weren't good in certain matchups, so I was like, all right, well, we'll turn them into that. Shout out to Papiloperative. Shout out to Pappy. If you guys remember back in the day, OG Slim X Team Symmetry. This was my card. You guys already know. Book of Moon. Card is crazy. Can also flip a monster up too. So yeah, this card was nuts. I played a copy of the Malevolent. Was it the Malevolent? What is it called? Number 70, whatever it's called. Malevolent Sin. Yeah, Malevolent Sin. This card's just great. Being able to banish an opponent's monster. It can also get a buff to 27 is pretty good, so it's pretty relevant. And it came up a couple times for rank 4 plays, so it was there just as versatility. And then last but not least, I played 2 Links, which I don't remember if I made. I think I made Imduck once, just because the opponent put the monster in the wrong place, and I just Imducked it away, and it was crazy. But honestly, this doesn't happen that much. It happens a normal monster except a token, so I mean, I don't know. It didn't really come up that much, but it is the option. If need be, you could turn, you know, something into it, but it was just there. And last but not least, the Geonator Transverser. Again, improper placement for the opponent's card. You could literally capitalize on that. But that was the deck, you guys. It was super fun to play. I loved the NR Festival. I played the majority of my games with this deck. I would say, yeah, like 98% of my matches were played with this deck, and I just honestly loved it. I have a bad habit. I play it a lot on phone in addition to playing it on Twitch, but I really did enjoy this deck. And I know the NR Festival is over, but this deck is just really cool. I think that for what we had as a card pool, it just really is. It feels like old school Yu-Gi-Oh! It feels like very grindy, very interactive Yu-Gi-Oh! And yeah, it's a lot of trap cards, but trap cards go against trap cards. That's just kind of how this festival was. And we were playing trap cards that just netted us advantage, and that was the name of the game. And I think I learned a lot playing this deck, so it was really, really beneficial. So again, shout out to you, Joshua Schmidt, for designing the deck. And hopefully you guys will, I mean, maybe there's a couple days left of the festival, not sure, but if you guys still, you know, want to try this out, even outside of the NR Festival, definitely give it a shot and see if you guys enjoy it. But that is the deck, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to smash that like button if you did. Be sure to come check me out on Twitch. You guys will get a notification when I do go live. It's random, but eventually we will have a schedule. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I call it hand traps for a reason, because we're playing the hands, we're playing the traps, and they're all riding in their cars. So yeah, it was awesome. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on the NR Festival. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.